Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this installment of the Autism Hangout feature program series, Apps for Autism. Well, the pattern is now in place. Every day, new assistive software for our special kids is being introduced. And what's most encouraging is the good news is this technology is working. Folks worldwide are reporting success in connecting their kids on the spectrum with reality and the world. And today we're talking to two iPad, iPhone, iTouch app developers with two exceptional communications products. So Autism Hangout, please welcome the developers of iCommunicate and iReward, Jeffrey and Lisa Johnson of Grembe Apps. Welcome, you guys.
Hi, thanks so much for having us.
Well, I'm always delighted to have something exciting to talk about, and this software thing is just exploding. So, okay, I have to start with the question that most people ask. First, what was your introduction to autism? And then we can get into the demo of your product.
Actually, when our son was 2, he was receiving early intervention for expressive and receptive language delays, social emotional development delays, and anxiety related to sensory issues. He actually went through the process of the autism diagnosis, but he was a few scores off, so he does not have autism.
Okay, he's not officially classified as having autism, but he has the delays. Okay.
He had many traits at that age, yes.
Mm-hmm. The specialist started to talk to you about the importance of storyboards and other things that would help him communicate.
She did. She used pictures to support him during play groups, and she had us start using pictures just to support him in everyday life and to prepare him for when we were going to leave the house, because those were the biggest challenges for him. He didn't want to leave the house and was very anxious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you did decide to take it a step further. You decided to look at the iPhone as possibly a way of introducing these storyboards. Is that correct?
Exactly. We had an iPhone, and I thought it was a great way to use these pictures to help support him in the real world, because we could use pictures from our own life. We could do it quickly. We could do it on the fly. If something changed, we could easily adapt that, and I didn't have to carry around a book with pictures.
Oh yeah.
It's just more discreet and portable.
Yeah. Plus, you could augment the thing on the fly. Well, let's take a look at it. You have screen share in place, so let's just bring up the demo and walk through it.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking at a demo of iCommunicate.
iCommunicate's an app that creates pictures, flashcards, storyboards, routines, and visual schedules. And you can record custom audio in any language. Use it as an audio-visual prompting tool or communication tool. It also has text-to-speech and a checklist feature for task completion.
So here, let's look at the pictures, which are the building block for all the storyboards and routines you're going to create. They're alphabetically listed. You can also search by the title, and it'll restrict it down to the results. When you click on one, it brings up a bigger version of the picture.
Sure.
And
Apple.
when you tap on it, it'll say the custom, that's Lisa saying the custom audio. And as she mentioned, if you haven't recorded custom audio,
but
you'll get a text-to-speech component that will say the word that you're tapping on. So now let's look at storyboards over here. They're listed alphabetically. You can restrict down by title. Here we'll look at Emma's Monday. And here we can you can record audio for the storyboards too.
Good morning, Emma. It's Monday. Let me show you what your day's going to look like today. You're going to get on the school bus. You're going to go to school. And then you'll play soccer.
Wow, that is fantastic.
And this too has, you can play the audio that we saw with the pictures, so
school.
Just by tapping on the picture or the title.
School.
Here's an example of preparing a child for a trip to the playground. And here's one for snack choice. And that's it for the demo.
I'd like to ask a background question. What is it that the two of you do? Lisa, what do you do?
I'm a physical therapist. I've worked with people with all various disabilities for the last 15 years. So being able to bring a rehabilitation tool to the iPhone. That's what it feels like to me as a physical therapist, just another tool for therapists, teachers to have to help the kids or the clients that they have.
Yes. And it's something that people can do at home rather than have to jump in a car and drive wherever they need to do something like ABA. And Jeffrey?
Yeah, I've been a software engineer for over 12 years, so that's what brought me into the iPhone development and made this a natural fit.
Okay. Oh gosh, it's so nice to have that as your day job so you can do this at home in the evening. I know you've been getting a lot of feedback from the field, but what are some of the comments people are saying about iCommunicate?
We've heard that we've given someone's child a way to communicate their needs that they didn't have before. It helps them to transition from one task to the next with less anxiety, less behavioral problems. People say their kids just take to it. It's so easy for them to navigate, and it just helps people have a better quality of life, hopefully.
And doesn't that make you feel good?
Absolutely.
It sure makes me feel good.
And when we released iCommunicate, we started getting feedback from special ed teachers and speech therapists and parents and people in the field of assistive technology. And people were using it for ways that we didn't intend. You know, we had our own goals. That's why we made it versatile and customizable so that you can use it for whatever goals you're working on. Someone's used it, they've created storyboards working on like who, what, where questions, articulation issues, how to unload a dishwasher. It's kind of really whatever it is that you need, you can set it up.
Is there a place for the users to actually go and share some of their common knowledge about your product?
Not at the time. I have a Facebook page and people share on that.
Cool.
But our website, but there's not a community page there, and the website is grembe.com.
Grembe.com. By the way, where does Grembe come from?
It's first two initials of each of our kids.
Okay.
Graham, Emma, Ben.
Okay, that
we
makes
just
sense.
liked the way it sounded, Grembe.
And on Facebook, what is the address on Facebook?
It's iCommunicate.
Just the page name, yep.
Okay. You have another product called iReward. Do you want to talk about that for a few moments?
iReward is essentially a star chart for your iPhone, iTouch, or iPad, but with a visual component. When we saw how useful visuals were for our son, we wanted a way to help him manage his behavior, but with that visual component.
So it allows you to, check off stars, check off smiley faces to show that, you're getting closer to the task completion. It's customizable for, 1 to 10 stars.
The people that are using your apps today, are they mostly parents and caregivers, or are you getting a teacher component in there?
Definitely a teacher component and speech therapists and people who are assistive tech specialists who maybe consult with schools and parents. Those seem to be the four main people using it.
And it's so great when these people give feedback to you, not only to help you make a better product, but to help other people come along and figure out how best to use your product.
We love the collaboration. I mean, that's really, there's an energy to it all where the feedback then feeds back into our apps that make them better, and we've met a bunch of great people.
Well,
and when we get comments that we're helping somebody else's child communicate or move through their day easier, it's a wonderful feeling.
Oh, I know. That's just so rewarding. I've met the nicest people in this arena that we call, or the bus that we're riding on called Autism, and you folks are just two more. So I want to thank you for what you're doing for our special kids. Your product was produced out of love for your own family, but it's really nice to have you share it with other people. And I hope if you come up with something new, you'll come back to Autism Hangout and we can talk about that product as well.
Definitely. Thanks so much for having us.
Okay.
That's great. Thanks, Craig.
It's been my pleasure. And thank you, Autism Hangout. I'll be back again soon with another app for autism.